time for Are We There Yet with Lauren Mayer. Hey everybody, welcome to Facebook, my live stream, and I'm going to do an assortment of songs for you, kind of about starting to maybe be edging back towards some semblance of normal, and this is the song I just put out this past week. A lot of folks are scared about the COVID vaccination, fears about the side effects that may lead to hesitation. Well, I received my second dose the other day. Now I've got something I'd like to say. I had a few side effects from my shot, but it was better than getting COVID. First shivering, then chills, then tired and hot, but it was better than getting COVID. I had quite a bit of shoulder pain and an even foggier than usual brain, but it went away after a day or so it was better than getting COVID. Some of my friends had it worse, but even they said it was better than getting COVID. So I planned ahead and took off the next day in case I ended up not feeling so fit. I knew my country was depending on me to feel crappy for the good of humanity. Unless you're allergic or immunocompromised, then it's up to the rest of us to get immunized, creating herd immunity to COVID. It was easier than I'd anticipated, nothing like what some folks have related. So don't be afraid to get vaccinated. And I know this poem's no threat to Ovid, whatever symptoms you get, never better than getting COVID. Thank you. So that's my little vaccine reminder that it's okay. That, you know, so if you guys had side effects and you want to put it in the chat, let me know. Let's see if I can get this window. It's only letting me see a couple comments at a time. That's okay. Anyway, I wrote that song based on the day after my second shot. I had a girlfriend who had her shot the same day. We both had Moderna. We both had the same side effects, which is basically all the things I wrote about in the song. And as we're texting back and forth going, oh, now I have the headache. Oh, now I have the body aches. We kept saying, well, it's better than getting COVID. And my prospective daughter-in-law did have COVID early on. And so she texted me saying, no matter how bad you feel, remember it's better than getting COVID. And after saying that phrase umpteen times, I thought, well, gotta write a song about it because it sounds like a commercial jingle. So that's where that song came from. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. So for today's live stream, I'm going to do a few songs about heading into maybe some version of normal, or at least we're getting there. Scott will join me for a number or two, and I will do a few requests. I hope, I've asked for requests in advance, so if I can't accommodate the requests that you asked for today, just know I'll try to do my best to do it in 2 weeks. And speaking of things starting to get back to maybe normal, I did this one actually early on when I thought, oh, well, we'll be here for a couple of months. But this was my version of anticipating kind of opening things up again. And I based this number on one from a movie about two sisters who were isolated in a castle for a long time. It just seemed like an appropriate one for this. So here we go. I know things won't open. Oops. I know things won't open for. I have to start that over, guys, because I always forget how many intros there are on that. Anyway, this is from Frozen. I'm being the blonde sister, whatever. I know things won't open for a while, but thinking about it makes me smile. Who knew we'd even miss our long commutes? Lines at the airport might be fun. Someday I might get my hair done. Finally, I won't have to hide my roots. Seeing actual real-life people without masks will be totally bizarre. Do I remember how to drive a car? 'Cause for the first time in forever, there'll be movies, there'll be malls. No more family home forever, till we're all climbing the walls. I know that this shutdown is vital, but it just helps me to say this won't really last forever. It just feels that way. Someday imagine me wearing heels. Don't even remember how that feels. We're using an alarm clock once again. Normal routines will be so cool, and when the kids go back to school, we may even miss them now and then. I imagine a huge celebration where folks from all over can mix, like at the end of Star Wars Episode 6, remember that one? 'Cause for the first time in forever, they'll be hugging, we can touch, and I must admit I never thought I'd miss traffic so much. I'm not saying open up prematurely, but when it's safe to take that chance, for the first time in forever, for the first time in forever, I'll even put on pants. I'm not going to show you what I have under my, actually I'm wearing shorts today because it's warm here. All right, let me check there's Bobby, Deborah, yay, nice to have some comments. Good, well, if you have requests, let me know, otherwise I'm going to do some of my most recent songs and a couple of things that I thought sort of relate to getting out there finally. So let's go into some politics because, it's, for anybody who was wondering what I would do for material, let's just say between QAnon and everything else. Oh my gosh, Michelle, oh my gosh. I just got sent, if you guys can see in the comments, some disturbing news. Gary Stensland, who was just, always so wonderful about tweeting my songs, or reposting my songs and recommending them. And he ended his life. Oh, it is so tragic. Thank you for letting me know, Michelle. And I'm nice to know he would have loved this song. And Michelle, I assume from your posting that you are friends with him, and my condolences on your loss and to all of us, our loss. That's all the more reason for us to pull together and get out of this so people don't lose their homes. And so I have a request for Kamala. Will I do this? Something in memory of Gary. Yeah, Michelle, if you want to put in the post any particular favorite of his. There's a delay in the comments, so while you're typing, I'm not going to get it for another couple of minutes. So, yeah, your dearest friend. Oh, Michelle, I'm so sorry. So please put in what he would like to hear and what you would like to hear. And since Pamela put in the Kamala request, I'll do that first. And then while I'm doing that, maybe I can pull up a couple of his. Oh, Ken was friends with him too. Anything. May he rest in peace. The song I had just pulled up to do after Kamala was the Matt Gaetz creepy song. So I don't know if that was one of his favorites or not, but let me know. And in the meantime, I will do our song about Kamala, which I wrote the day she was announced as VP. I haven't totally fixed all the lyrics to represent that she's vice president, but the right is going after her. If you guys all noticed, boy, they are really scrambling. They've got nothing. They've got to go after Dr. Joe Biden, because she wore patterned tights. Oh, the horrors of it. And now they're going after Kamala because she got a snack, because she stopped at a bakery to support a local business owned by people of color, and that was a bad thing to do, I guess, because she wasn't at the border. Anyway, here we go. We recently learned what real astonishment is, inspiring us with feelings of such awe, because of who our real vice president is. It's Kamala. The Biden White House sees a real nice bounce now, and lots of girls and women say ta-da. At last her name we're learning to pronounce now. It's Kamala. It's not that hard, you right-wingers who keep butchering it. Kamala. She sure helped Biden's appeal improve. also known as Mama La. And she can't even bust a move. She's not afraid to fight for working people. So strong she got tears from Brett Kavanaugh. Plus in debate events, she's sure outshone Mike Pence, exposing her opponents. Every flaw is Kamala. It's time to shake our bleak, discouraged mood off. No more will we see politics as blah. Plus now there's steady work for Maya Rudolph, playing Kamala. Kamala. Everybody, Kamala. No, but the racist crap they're gonna sling about Kamala. Kamala. But her ambition's not a bad thing, and she's good with a zinger. With her help on the ticket last November, we bid Trump and his kleptocrats ta-ta. She's smart as she can be, and she's made history, 'cause government once more is normal and calm with Kamala. I forgot I had that calm and normal line. Did you all see Ron Johnson? I think it was the one who went into a whole thing about how Biden isn't doing cable news interviews. He's kind of boring and competent. And we're saying, is that a bad thing? Okay, Michelle tells me that anything about the Trump man. And it's funny, I took all my Trump songs out of my book, but I did put them someplace I could get to them in case I ever had a request. And I do need to pull my lyrics out because it's been a while, but here we go. Look at how thick this file is. And these are just like the ones I've been doing the past year. So I know what my favorite one is. Hold on. I have to find. Okay, here we go. I think this was one of Gary's favorites. So I don't have to, I don't have time to pull out the whole wig and costume, but just imagine I've got a blonde wig and pink strapless gown and lots of jewelry. I think that gives you a hint as to what this one is. Here we go. I have to pull this up. Okay, here we go. This is dedicated to Gary Stensland. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. And to his good friends Michelle and Ken and anybody else who is friends with him, who is mourning his loss, or anybody who is going through a loss. And I know it seems really odd to dedicate a very silly Marilyn Monroe parody song making fun of Donald Trump to Gary, but it sounds like from what you guys said, that's what he would have liked. When I don't know why this story seems relevant to Gary, but when we found out my father was dying several years ago, what he wanted, his last wish, was to get all of his grandchildren together with him and watch Blazing Saddles. My dad did not live long enough to see Trump president, but I like to think that if my dad had just passed away, he would want this song too, because it was that sense of humor, which is probably why I always liked Gary so much, because that's how I got my sense of humor. So I'm going to dedicate this to Gary and to my dad, who would have, I think, appreciated this too. French were once allies we loved, our oldest pals were bootin', 'cause Trump prefers you flatter him like Kim Jong-un and Putin. We've kissed off the lands that are quite democratic, 'cause tyrants are now Trump's best friends. His clicking with dictators is automatic, leaves our allies flat, but he'll smile at each autocrat. No more fights for human rights, 'cause on flattery he sure depends. Just say Trump's the greatest, then rule like a sadist. Tyrants are now Trump's best friends. There may come a time when we need our old buddies, but tyrants are now his best friends. Democracy's history, he never studies, he's at ease with sleaze. Who needs enemies with friends like these? Say ta-ta to Canada as our loving relationship ends. Show insults to Justin, have my poor heart busted. Tyrants are now Trump's best friends. Erdogan, Duterte, Kinshi, LCC, talk to me, Vladimir. Tell us all, what have you got on Trump and Pence? Kind remarks from oligarchs, and the vilest of them Trump defends. The way to beguile Trump is easy, just heil Trump. Tyrants, I don't mean democratically elected globalists. Tyrants are now Trump's best friends. Oops, sorry. Oh my gosh. Oh, Gary loved that song. That's so good to know. Yes, please message me. I'm so glad. Oh, well, and I apologize for falling down. I usually do a little spin, and I'll even show you guys, because again, I think Gary would have appreciated this. I wear really comfortable shoes around the house, and when I do a live show standing up, I want comfy shoes, so I'm wearing like hot pink Skechers to go with my shirt. But they've got a crepe sole, and I've got a little mat, because this is also my desk for my office. Crepe on plastic mat doesn't turn, so I tripped myself. Anyway, yeah, let's do it. I'm going to dedicate the whole show today to Gary, and I will do a few other Trump songs. If there's any Trump song that you know he particularly liked, I will pull it out. In the meantime, I will do one about Trump's successor these days, Matt Gaetz. So, because I haven't done this one in a live stream, this is the one I did a little while ago about new stuff is coming out all the time about this creep who's definitely in the Trump playbook, creepy towards women, lots of shady business dealing, grew up rich, claimed to be self-made. Yeah, actually, he is a good successor. And I'm sorry, I don't want to be a looksist person, because you can be a wonderful person no matter what you look like. But it does seem fair to criticize the looks of people who criticize other people's looks. And I just look at Matt Gaetz and go, I don't know which is the one he resembles most, Beavis or Butthead. But boy, ew. That's all I can say, ew. So anyway, here is my little tribute to Matt Gaetz. Whoops. I'm going to have to pull up Matt Gaetz for next time, because I can't find the track for him. So, oh, Michelle, thank you. Thank you. If you guys can see in the chat, Michelle is thanking me for Gary. And Michelle, again, let me know what you want to hear too, since you're obviously, the one who let us know and a close friend of his. Ken is in Florida. Oh, Matt Gaetz. All right, you know what? I'm going to find it, because he's just so creepy. It's on here somewhere. It's just not where I thought it would be. I know I can find it, so talk amongst yourselves. I wish this were like I wish we were all in person, so we can't be. Okay, hold on. I know it's in this file. Yes, it is. Yahoo! Come on. Here we go. There is a guy who likes to buy expensive gifts for dates, a spoiled jerk who's never worked, and on my nerves he grates. Holocaust deniers are the pals he celebrates. I don't think he's an asset to the Congress. It now turns out he's not just gross, he's also quite a perv. But when his actions get the condemnation they deserve, he claims that he's the victim. Gee, he's got a lot of nerve. It's shocking that this ass is still in Congress. I'd like to say a word in his rebuke. He really makes me puke. How do you sing about a creep like Matt Gaetz when every hour we're finding out more muck? How do you find a word to sum up Matt Gaetz? A misogynist schlump, a Tony for Trump, a schmuck. Seems he makes his staffers do his hair and makeup. Given the outcome, they must hate his guts. Though all of this he denies, his statements are full of lies, which makes him look guilty, no ifs, ands, or buts. Oh, how do you sing about a creep like Matt Gaetz when this entire story is just nuts? Seems he often got his kicks showing off nude women's pics, and the sex games he liked playing were intense. When confronted with this junk, he just says he's not a monk. Yeah, we know, but that's not much of a defense. New laws banning revenge porn. He opposed him with such scorn. He says those photos should be his. Come take a look. And what caused the most outrage? He prefers girls underage. He's a pedophile, a sex trafficker, a crook. Proving his crimes is ludicrously easy. Paying for sex with Cash App and Apple Pay. Hello. Proving that he's as dumb as he is sleazy. But so far the GOP has let him stay. Still, they don't seem that eager to defend him. He's even been shunned by Marjorie Taylor Greene. Ridiculous things he'll say won't make this crap go away. And a girl's not a woman if she's 17. Oh, how do you sing about a creep like that Gaetz when everything about him is obscene? Ew. He is just gross, is he? Not yet. Oh, I'm glad. You're in blue Pittsburgh now. Oh my gosh, Gary got you hooked. Oh, thank you. Yeah, boy, crazy news lately, huh? I keep thinking everything's going to get back to normal and then more stuff. So, we had yet another mass shooting today. I think this was in Texas. It's just been going on and on and on. And this is one I wrote. I don't even remember which mass shooting this one was after. It was quite some time ago. I keep thinking some of my older songs will eventually become obsolete. But the two areas of content that I seem to get the most trolling on are gun control and reproductive rights. You would, well, and throw in some gender stuff too, on LGBTQ. You would think those things would stop, that these songs would become obsolete eventually, but no. So this song was inspired by the comedian Eddie Izzard, which actually now relates to gender because Eddie now identifies as non-binary. I'm not sure if Eddie goes by they. I'll call them Eddie. Anyway, Eddie did a wonderful routine about the NRA and how they say that it's, people, not guns, kill people, but the gun sure helps. So anyway, this was inspired by him. Let's see, how did Matt's parents come up with his name? Yeah, that's hysterical. And yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene got kicked out of all of her committees. Did you all hear she started this thing with Gozar, Paul Gozar, and I don't know who else. Maybe Lowen Bobart, the real intellectuals of the party. They started this America First caucus, which is based on their statement of principle is that our country should be based on the American principles based on our Anglo-Saxon culture. Well, that's not America First. Anglo-Saxon is English. So anyway, they're hysterical. And it's basically a big, giant white supremacy cloaked in America First dialogue. So anyway, and now she's claiming she didn't really mean it. So, and what do you know? I have a special guest. So what I'm going to do while I do this song is I'm going to hand Scott my notebook. I couldn't find the one thing we discussed, but I put flags by all the ones that I could find. So he's going to pick one of his favorites of the songs he used to sing with the band. He used to do lots of weddings and band gigs. And since this is all about maybe getting back to normal, well, I don't know if mass shootings counts as getting back to normal. But anyway, I thought he could do one of those. And then if you have something you want to hear from Scott, maybe he'll honor requests. But anyway, here's my Eddie Izzard inspired. Yet again we all lament another awful shooting. We can't do a thing about it. There seems no refuting. Because of what they say at the NRA, despite our outrage yelps. They say people, not guns, kill people. But honey, the gun sure helps. One crime by an immigrant, they say deport them all. No pity, oh, they tried to defund Planned Parenthood over one non-existent video. But thousands of gun deaths annually won't sway these mindless kelps who say people, not guns, kill people. But honey, the gun sure helps. We have way more guns than other countries and more gun deaths by far, you think? Our founding fathers didn't envision open carry in a bar. And that precious Second Amendment, I wish you remember what it's all about, a militia. And though gun nuts may hate it, the amendment also says well regulated. Hello! If it's about good guys with guns, then why do they oppose basic background checks or get so vexed at closing loopholes at gun shows? Tell me why we're paralyzed by jerks who like to smirk. People, not guns, kill people, but yelling bang bang, please fall down doesn't work. How many more senseless deaths before we say to the NRA no more? People may kill people, but the way to accessible gun sure helps. Doesn't anyone think the weapon matters when it's less regulated than pools and ladders? Yeah, people kill people who shoot their neighbors and their loved ones and themselves and completely random innocent people, and the unregulated way to accessible friggin' gun sure helps. I forgot how revved up I get when I do that song. I'm glad you like that, Pam. All right, so I'm going to pull Scott over. Did you come up with something you wanted to do? He's going to hand me a notebook, and I will get surprised. I'm going to move over here. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are new to my live streams, this is my husband, Scott Grinthal. Okay, you have to introduce this.
I don't see us.
I know we can't.
We can't see us? Okay.
Well, there's
Can
a
they
problem.
see us?
They can see us. There's a problem with the chats. For some reason, Facebook changed it so the chats are below. So somebody's going to chat.
Well, hi, everybody.
But here, I'm going to do this so you can make sure you can see yourself.
We usually see ourselves, but that's okay.
Oh, my gosh. Now it's not showing me video. Can you all see me? Oh, no. Did it go out? Ah, it's having trouble playing the video. Can you all see this? Ha, 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 ha. Let's see. Oh, dear. All right, I'm going to try something. If you are still watching this, I'm going to try to first just reboot my my Wi-Fi. If that doesn't work, I'm going to start over and we'll put this. Let's see if it's on.
Will that knock people off?
It shouldn't. All right, can you all see? My internet connection is restored.
Video good. Is that what that says?
Video good.
No, I can see you. Okay.
Great, okay. We can't see us, but that's okay as long as you can. So can you see Scott? Maybe somebody put
If someone you can text?
Not really, not in the middle of this. They're putting it in the chat. So Pam said the video is good. Can you see Scott? I mean, you should be able to because he's where I was. Maybe somebody could put in there. Well, here, can you come a little closer to me?
Really?
Come a little closer. I don't know. What is
All right, you remember this one?
Yeah, I think so. So you want to introduce it?
Yeah. I love Wings. I love Beatles. But Paul McCartney moved on to a band called Wings after the Beatles broke up.
Now, we used to do this as a joke in our act, but it is true because I'm a little older than Scott, so I did not actually literally, they can hear me because it's all, there's ambient stuff. I got
Is it ambient?
An ambient, there's an ambient mic and this mic. So I joked that I had to explain to him that Paul McCartney actually was in a band before Wings, but because he wasn't around when the Beatles were around. All right, so this is a medley.
A medley of songs from when you were young and your heart was an open book. You used to say, live and let live. You know you did, you know you did, you know you did. But if this ever-changing world in which we live in makes you give it a cry, so live and let die. Live and let die. Live and let die. Let it die. Live and let die. What does it matter to you when you got a job to do? You gotta do it well. You got to give the other devil a hand.
I don't.
What does it say? Rock pianist. Anytime, any day, you can hear the people say, our love is blind, but I don't know that I said love is kind. You remember this? Soldier boy kisses girl, leaves behind a tragic world. We rehearsed, but he won't mind. He's in love and he said love is fine. Sing with me. Oh, yes, indeed, we know people will find a way to go no matter what the man said. Remember this? Love is fine for all we know. For all we know, our love will grow. That's what the man said. Won't you listen to what the man said? And he said, you'd think that people would have had enough of silly love songs. It's 70s. I look around me and I see it isn't so. Oh no. Some people want to fill the world with silly love songs. What's wrong with that? I like to know. 'Cause here I go again. I love you. I love you. Two more of those. I love you. You're just like Linda.
Oh no.
I love you. I can't explain the feelings plain to me. Oh, can't you see? She gave me more. She gave it all to me. Now can't you see what's wrong with that? I need to know, 'cause here I go again. Yo! I love you. I love you. Love doesn't come at all. I only know that when I'm in it, it isn't silly. Love isn't silly. Love isn't silly at all. Yeah. You. We'll finish it, I promise. I love you.
Are we finished with this yet?
I love you.
They don't write lyrics
One more.
like that anymore.
I love you. Phew.
Ooh.
Without a hitch.
That's a crazy song. Well, thank you. Bye, Scott.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night.
Let's make sure this is still going. So, boy, we are having some technical difficulties still. So you've got Scott in the frame. You can see, you were able to see him. Well, while I'm paused, I mean, it's telling me it can't see me, but as long as you guys can see me, I'll keep going. Just let me know. The video from this may be really interesting. I'm not sure if there will be video for this, so who knows. Anyway, while I'm paused, there are some fun things in the description of the event under the title, including all my virtual tip jar options if you are so inclined. And again, only do that if you are not feeling financial hardship from the pandemic. I am more fortunate than most musicians in that oh, good, great. The video is great. Yay, yay, yay. Thank you, Michelle. A lot of musicians are just totally out of work, especially if they do or a lot of performing artists, if they do the kind of thing that can't be done on Livestream. I was thinking, what if my musical instrument was like the timpani? Or I have a friend whose boyfriend is a trombonist with big bands. He could play trombone over a live stream, but it's not quite the same as working with a band. And they've done a couple of small combo things with masks, but it's just really hard to do. So I've been lucky that I can do this and still put out my videos. But anyway, it does help when people, either contribute to my Patreon or do tips or buy albums or do any of that. But I also want to give back, so I am going to be participating this Thursday in an Earth Day concert for a group called Face the Music Collective, and the Facebook link is in the thing. It's actually free. They'll just be asking for donations. I love their tagline, save the planet and help Democrats register, which actually helping Democrats register will help save the planet because we believe in climate change. Anyway, that event will be on Thursday, and there are 11 singer-songwriters who all do music about environmental issues and voter registration. And I gave them an assortment of song choices, and they picked one. And I'm going to go ahead and just because I want to practice it, but I also think it applies to Earth Day. And if you do come to watch the show, you get to see other people besides... Yeah, you get to see other people besides me, but I'm going to do it on Thursday in costume. So in case you don't mind, if you're worried that you'd see the same song twice, at least it'll be a little bit different because I'll have a costume. So this is my... Oh, Teresa, thank you. I'm trying to keep everybody sane. I'm not sure how sane I am, but I really appreciate your comments and... you guys, I just appreciate you coming here. This is part of how I keep my performing chops up. There are some clubs and theaters saying they might start doing things in the fall. Stand-up comedy is coming back, but singing, not so much because we're spraying things out, although I'm vaccinated, so I don't think I could get anybody sick, but anyway. All right, I've been babbling long enough while I try to pull this track up, and it's right here. So imagine I'm all dressed up like the lady from the, I blanked. Her name was Dina something, who played Mother Nature in a series of commercials, and it wasn't Parquet. It was another kind of margarine. Anyway. Whenever there's a crisis to which people show defiance, children, my advice is pay attention to science. You need to heed the data or your trouble will be major. Please don't begin a fight you cannot win. It's not nice to screw Mother Nature. A virus is adaptive in ways we cannot rival, so experts must be tapped if you want a chance at survival. It takes research, testing, tracing, not some back-to-business wager. If to facts you're averse, the next wave will be worse. It's not nice to screw Mother Nature. And you can read the news or scan it to see damage humans do. If you keep messing with my planet, I might just mess with you. When everyone is reeling and for normalcy you're hoping, don't trust some schmo's gut feeling about when you should reopen. You can try to cook the numbers or rewrite the nomenclature, but you cannot really hide how many people died. Don't even try to fool Mother Nature. I gave you birds and bees and flowers to delight each girl and boy, but you'd best respect my powers, 'cause I've got some you won't enjoy. In conclusion, I just wish you would keep this point in sight, folks. It's a nonpartisan issue. Facts aren't left or right, folks, but these nut jobs in the Congress, within the legislature, are acting clueless as hell, and I just want to yell! It's not nice to screw Mother Nature. When it's science you scoff, it sure pisses me off. It's not nice to screw Mother Nature. Thank you. I don't know why I have so much fun doing that character. It's just really fun. Thank you, Teresa. So if you guys don't mind, keep putting things in the chat, because to make sure you can see me, you can hear me, and that this is all still working, because, the fun of technology. Let's see. I had a request from my friend Laura, but this is one that Pam likes too. So given all the, there's Andrew Cuomo, there's the Prime Minister of Ontario, Doug Ford, related to. Anyway, there's a lot of, and then I just read Scott Rudin, the Broadway producer, has taken a step back. Now his was just general bullying and not quite so sexist, but just to say, women don't, there are some, I guess there were some stories about Ellen DeGeneres' stuff, but in general, women bosses do not tend to be as much of a bully. Oh, my mom's here. Yay, yay. And she loves this song too. I don't know if you're talking about Mother Nature or the sexual harassment song, but anyway, this is dedicated to my mom, to Pam, to Laura, yeah, where did we go? Here we go. I am going to pull up my lyrics just in case, because I have a little bit of brain fog, because it's just been kind of crazy. Oh, never mind. It's not in here, so I'm going to see if I can do this by memory. Here we go. The news is full of sexual misconduct and harassment, and what to do consumes each institution. But instead of trying to analyze what each remark or pass meant, there just might be an easier solution. You could do a lot of training and encourage more complaining, or you could hire and promote more women, make everybody in the joint sit through an hour-long PowerPoint, or hire and promote more women. You could ban socializing and employee fraternizing till the rules and regulations you're swimming. Have your board of directors hire inspectors with lie detectors, or maybe just appoint more women. You can give girls a dress code, making sure that nothing showed so the guys aren't triggered by women. Or that crap we put torpedo boys could own their own libido and stop blaming everything on women. With each story coming through, we could sniff if it's true till the list of allegations is written. But instead of letting men tell us what to do again, we might try listening to women. You could emulate Mike Pence and decline any events where there's a chance you'd be alone with a woman, which is totally unfair. If you avoid us everywhere, opportunities won't be there for women. Plus, if a guy's such a wuss, he can't help grabbing someone's private parts till he's told his lust needs trimming. Instead of one more chance to keep it in his pants, maybe he should be replaced by a woman. There seems to be a troubling double standard for men who have harassed, assaulted, or philandered. Democrats, we reject them, while Republicans elect them. You could make a lot of noise about boys being boys, or realize that's just lies and misdirection. You could sputter and squawk, it's just locker room talk. That worked in the 2016 election. How many times before have we thought we won this war? Then nope, our hope kept dimming. But now things are moving fast, maybe change has come at last, as we finally listening to women. Yes, the best antidote is to hire and promote and elect and vote for more women. Thank you. I saw some more chats. Oh, Dan and Kathleen are here. Amy, yeah, she's had some bosses who are bullies. Amy's here. This is so great. I'm so glad you guys are saying hi in the chat, and I know you're here. I'll go a little bit, well, it's already past 4:45. I'll go a little bit over just because we had so many technical difficulties at the beginning. See if there's anything anybody's dying to hear. What else did I pull? Oh, well, I can, okay, I'll give you some choices. I can do the Culture Wars song about how crazy, I can do my Nikki Haley song because she's making a lot of noise about how she'll run if Trump doesn't. I could do the mask song because of all the states that are, you know, removing their mask mandates. Let's see. Anybody have any choices? I haven't done Jen Psaki in a while. Or I could just go back to COVID stuff. I have a few. I've got my COVID brand. I have the one about the guys working from home and wives want them to get out of the house. So I'm going to babble for 2 seconds and sip my tea and see if anybody puts anything in the comments. If not, I'll just pick something. Hope you're all doing well. I hope if you haven't gotten vaccinated that you get your appointment soon. If you have, bravo, congratulations. If you have side effects, I hope they're not. Ken, I will do Nikki because we need silly. I think this is one Gary had commented on a lot that he really, really liked. For those of you who came on late, we lost one of our, in the community and Facebook, one of our fans who is no longer with us. Oh, wait, I think I followed under O. Yes, here we go. If you want to check the video out on this one, this is one where I totally made fun of. Oh, good, you're getting your second shot. So I'm going to close with Oh, Nikki, because this song is just so darn silly. And if you check out the video, I dressed up like a cheerleader. I made a complete idiot out of myself, and I had fun doing it. So, and this is, I just blanked on the singer's name. This is a parody of Oh, Mickey by somebody will probably put in the chat what her name was. I'm going to blank. But anyway, she dressed as a cheerleader. She's mostly a dancer and a choreographer. Wonderful performer. I mean, she didn't do a whole lot of singing, but she was a great dancer, and she choreographed all this really cool stuff, including a lot of movies. And she choreographed the dances in, is it Welcome to Hollywoodland? The one, it's a new film about the Sharon Tate murders. Anyway, Tony Basil. Yes, thank you, Sherry. She was like 40 when she recorded the video, and she fit in her high school cheerleading uniform. So that was kind of inspiring to me. Anyway, I'm going to end with Oh, Nikki. Please check the notes in the description of the show so you know if you do want to contribute to the arts. One great way to do it that gets you good stuff, so it's not just me passing the hat, is my Patreon. It's like it's a 4-pay fan club, but it can be $2 a month. And right now I'm doing, and all my fans get everything, no matter what level you're a patron at. And I always send out MP3s. I do some behind the scenes looks at, you know, how my videos get created. I will do some free CDs at different levels, but you always get extra stuff, including how I write my songs, fun stories. I've been sharing New Yorker cartoons, just trying to provide more humor. And so it's a really fun way. Sherry says, thanks. Oh, shit. Yeah. Hi from Delaware. Yay. I love that this is a nationally broadcast show. It makes me feel like a celebrity. And anyway, so check that out. But also there's information about the Earth Day concert, which is a wonderful cause. And their Facebook page has information about the groups that they are partnering with for this Earth Day event. And I've heard a couple of the other artists on it, and they're some wonderful songwriters and performers. And I think they have a couple of speakers about Earth Day and climate change. So it should be a very fun concert. And with that, I'm going to close off. Yes. I'm going to ignore comments that I don't want to pay any attention to because I want to get in the spirit of Tony Basil. And anyway, this is about Nikki Haley, who was first criticizing Trump and then not, and she just can't take a stand. And so here we go.
Oh, Nikki, change your mind 100 times. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Nikki. Oh, Nikki, change your mind 100 times. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Nikki.
Hey. You once seemed dignified, bipartisan and bright, but lately you're just trying to pander to the right. Why can't you pick a side on which you can alight? Nikki! At first you disavow and diss the former guy. You kiss up to him now with lies you amplify. You've turned around somehow and we can't figure why. Nikki! Oh, Nikki, what a pity you won't take a stand. You can't get on top when flip-flopping is your brand. Oh, Nikki, just admit you fit the GOP, 'cause hypocrites like Nikki, you're as fake as can be, Nikki. You really are icky. Hey, Nikki. You say that you abhor the lies and pandering, then fear you'll lose support of the extreme right wing. You beg to go to court and kiss the tyrant's ring, Nikki. You criticize then praise the guy who tried a coup. You're playing it both ways and that's not smart to do. And now it seems these days your only cause is you. Ew, Nikki. Oh, Nikki, what a pity you won't take a stand. We wish you'd really stop. Flip-flopping is your brand. Oh, Nikki, just admit you fit the GOP, 'cause hypocrites like Nikki are as fake as can be, Nikki. You really are icky. Oh, Nikki, change your mind 100 times. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Nikki. You guys can do this. Oh, Nikki, change your mind 100 times. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Nikki. Oh, Nikki, change your mind. You won't take a stand. Oh, Nikki, change your mind when flip-flopping is your brand. Oh, Nikki, just admit you fit the GOP. Cause hypocrites like you, you're as fake as can be, Nikki. And now you see, Nikki. Change your mind 100 times. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Nikki. Oh, Nikki, change your mind 100 times. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Nikki. And anyway, this has a fade out, so I'm going to fade out and say goodbye. Thank you for joining. Oh, it does have an end. Thank you for joining me for my Every Other Sunday. I will be back in 2 weeks. And eventually I'll start performing live, but I think we got a ways before singing can happen in real life. So throw comments in. I will post the video such as it is. We'll see what I get given all the technical issues. But thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for your comments. Thank you in advance if anybody contributes to the tip jars or the Patreon. But mostly thank you for being here and giving me an audience and people to perform with, because just like, maybe a tree falling in a forest makes a noise if nobody's there, but a comedy singer-songwriter isn't doing what I do without an audience to do it for. So thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.